Camera opens on a low, cinematic sweep across two cars under studio lights, one clearly McLaren, one a camouflaged Toyota prototype. Cut to host leaning on a carbon fiber splitter. Today we've got something delicious for petrol heads and design nerds alike. A detailed, feature-forward look at the 2025 McLaren GTS and Toyota's emerging 2025 GT Super, Halo, two very different approaches to modern supercar design. We'll focus on the exterior design language and the color and finish choices that shape first impressions, but I'll also weave in the headline mechanical bits that explain why those shapes matter. The McLaren GTS returns the brand's signature idea: everything you see does a job. Underneath that sculpted skin sits an ultra-light monocell carbon tub and a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 tuned to the top of McLaren's current power ladder. Numbers that translate directly into proportions, cooling apertures, and aero. The GTS's performance numbers are serious. Think mid-600s horsepower and a 200-plus mph top speed, and every inch of its surface has a role to play in keeping that power usable. Toyota, by contrast, has been teasing a front-engine V8 GT prototype, camouflaged but unmistakably purposeful, intended to be a halo supercar for the brand, possibly even sharing DNA with Lexus's performance division. Toyota's Goodwood appearances this year showed both road and race prototypes, pointing to traditional GT proportions but with modern packaging that suggests a rear-set powertrain for ideal weight balance. Early whispers hint at a twin-turbo V8, maybe with hybrid assist, meaning this could be Toyota's first true Grand Tourer with race-bred aerodynamics. Look at the McLaren GTS and you'll see the company's design mantra in action: function first, beauty follows. The bonnet dives down into deep, sculpted side intakes, the wheel arches are muscular but purposeful, and the rear haunches stretch wide to house that carbon diffuser and twin-turbine exhausts. The front fascia integrates razor-thin LED headlamps with small fins that double as air splitters, sending cool air along the bodywork. Every line is aerodynamic efficiency in motion: less drag, more downforce, and sharper stability at speed. The carbon fiber architecture doesn't just look good, it lowers the center of gravity and stiffens the chassis, which is why McLarens feel like they carve corners with surgical precision. Toyota's GT Super concept, meanwhile, speaks a more emotional language. Long hood, short rear deck, it's the timeless Grand Tourer silhouette, but modernized with thick, muscular haunches and aggressive venting. Under the camo you can see strong aerodynamic sculpting, including a wide-mouth front grille that likely hides active shutters for improved cooling, and side ducts that channel air toward a rear transaxle. The C-pillar looks thick for a reason: it hides aero channels that may feed cooling systems or even active rear wing systems. The overall vibe, a spiritual successor to the LFA, elegant, but with a distinct motorsport growl waiting to be unleashed. Now let's break down the exterior details that actually make an impact. Up front, the McLaren's fascia sits low and minimal, shaped around air management, every vent and contour calculated for balance. The headlights are like slits cut through the carbon skin, aggressive yet elegant. Down the side, the GTS carries signature McLaren air blades, where airflow wraps tight against the body before feeding into massive intercooler ducts. The rear design is all business: a thin, integrated spoiler and a functional diffuser that actively manages pressure under the car. It's a piece of engineering art that moves at 200 miles per hour. Toyota's GT Super, on the other hand, leans into theater. The front splitter looks wider and deeper, the hood vents are functional and exposed, and the rear wing on the race prototypes shows Toyota's intent: high downforce and modular aero options. Expect street, track, and endurance packages for buyers who want to tune their car's look and aerodynamic balance. The rear diffuser, like on McLaren, won't just be cosmetic, it'll be carved for drag reduction and stability at top speed. Toyota's recent design cues suggest they'll integrate signature GR lighting, triple beam LEDs and possibly a wraparound taillight bar similar to the Super GT4s, giving it a futuristic edge. Color is where each brand tells its story. McLaren's palette has always been restrained but iconic. Expect the classics: McLaren orange, silica white, storm gray, and that molten volcano red that glows under sunlight. For those with deeper pockets, McLaren Special Operations (MSO) will offer bespoke paints, color-shifting metallics, exposed carbon fiber weave, and satin finishes that make the GTS look straight out of a sci-fi film. Interiors can match. 2. Custom stitching, Alcantara inlays, and carbon trim tailored to the exterior hue. The result is a car that feels sculpted from light itself. Toyota, being new to this halo territory, will likely swing for drama. Think emotional, cinematic colors that emphasize shape and stance. A deep metallic racing blue, a reimagined LFA pearl white, graphite matte finishes with bronze accents, or even a throwback crimson that nods to the Supra heritage. Toyota knows how to tell a visual story, and they'll probably introduce collector-only shades, maybe inspired by their GR010 hypercar liveries. Expect optional carbon exterior packs, roof panels, mirror caps, or side skirts in exposed weave, to give the GT Super that motorsport authenticity. And given Toyota's push for sustainability, don't be surprised if they highlight eco-friendly paints or coatings that resist UV fade and reduce heat absorption. Color choices also have real-world implications. Lighter shades like white and silver help mask small chips and scratches and keep cabin temperatures cooler, useful for long-distance touring. Darker tones like graphite, black, or deep red emphasize sculpting but need care to maintain their shine. Both McLaren and Toyota will offer advanced clear coat protection and ceramic finishes as optional extras. Expect Toyota to push motorsport-inspired decal packs, while McLaren will keep things cleaner and more minimal, elegant speed over visual noise. Both brands understand that visibility and daily usability matter even in a supercar. McLaren's narrow LED headlights and glasshouse design provide excellent sightlines for track and street use, while Toyota's long hood and wide rear haunches give that commanding GT presence. Expect adaptive LED systems and active aero lighting signatures on both, functional beauty meeting high-tech flair. So which one wins your heart? The McLaren GTS feels like precision engineering turned into sculpture, lightweight, balanced, and unapologetically focused on performance through function. The Toyota GT Super represents passion and power, a grand tour with race DNA, a statement that Toyota can do emotional performance at the highest level. One is scalpel sharp, the other is heart-led muscle. Host walks between the two cars, hands gesturing to each. At the end of the day, they're chasing the same dream through different roads, McLaren through purist engineering, Toyota through emotional storytelling. The McLaren GTS is the evolution of a dynasty, the Toyota GT Super, the birth of one. Host leans into the camera with a grin. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, tell me which color you'd pick, Team McLaren's Precision Orange or Team Toyota's Deep Blue, and hit subscribe for more supercar design breakdowns. Until next time.